Hey everyone, welcome to our team call on like pages. I know we have people here from Nourish Nation, Team Excel, and Team Blossom, and we're so excited that we could all get together to talk a little bit more about a like page, what it is, how it can help you grow your business. I started my like page about a year ago, and the reason I decided to start a like page was I kind of felt like I was running out of people to talk to. Whether that's true or not, that's how I felt. And I kind of wanted to, make the world my oyster. Why not connect with people across the US? Why not connect with people in Florida? There's no reason that you can't coach someone from a different state. So I said, let's do this. So I think most of us on this call have like pages, but if you're listening to this recording and you don't have a like page, a like page is basically just what you call a business page. Every single thing that you post on that page is specific for your business. It can be some personal stuff, and it really should have a little bit about who you are as a person, but they are posts that are targeted for a specific audience. They are people that you want to eventually connect with, to be potential challengers in your group. It's how you're going to reach new people that can help down the road. Okay, so basically, I want to do a share screen and show you my like page. I'm going to show you a few housekeeping things, and I'm also going to talk about why you should have a like page. Actually, let me talk about that first before I do a share. So a like page is so important because you want to be talking to that target audience. You may have 1,000 friends on your personal page, but how many of them really are interested in fitness and nutrition? Maybe not a lot of them. When I started my like page, and even today, I feel like only 200 or less of my friends from my personal page have moved over to my like page. And I think I probably have 8 or 900 regular friends, but only 200 of them have moved over to my like page. That means that all of those other people are not really that focused or interested in fitness and nutrition. And I don't want to bombard those people with those kind of posts. They are not my target audience. And that's really the reason I am on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook to just put random thoughts out there. I'm not on Facebook to search. I'm on Facebook to run a business. And so that's why I started the like page, to run a business. Now, something important to know is that if you post a lot of stuff on your personal page, Facebook has the option of shutting you down, because personal pages are not meant for businesses. They are not meant for selling. So if you're doing a ton of posting, then you need to really consider a like page so that you don't get shut down, you don't get shut out of Facebook completely. You definitely don't want that, obviously. So if you're really gonna go for this, you really wanna reach more people, then I would highly suggest starting a like page. It's really easy to start, and it's run pretty much like a personal page in the fact of how you post. And so it doesn't take a ton of training. Now, there are definitely some things that we need to look at that will help you reach the type of people you want to reach, and put out information there that is important to you that will attract those kind of customers. Okay, so let me do a screen share here, because I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Is this me? Can you see my page?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Amy, if
All
you
right.
want, so the recording is even clearer, if each of us who are not talking right now while you're just giving information, at the bottom left corner, there's a mute button. You can hit that, or somewhere on your screen, you just see a mute button so that the recording is extra crisp and we can really hear you, just in case there's distractions at home or something.
Thank you.
I'm doing that to myself.
Okay, so as you look at my page, obviously you see a cover photo that is it's similar to, you have a cover photo on your personal page. It's the same idea. Some tips that I would give you are to put some things on there that relate to who you are. Now, something that you will notice when you look at mine is that there is not any stock photos. Those are ones that you can go in and you can search in Google. The reason I chose not to put stock photos on was because even if they are words that I like, it doesn't show my personality, okay? And you can add those words using a different text, all right? So I love having pictures. You can see my family. Travel is really important to me. The friendships we make at Beachbody, doing races with my family, just being active. And then, of course, over here you see the Shakeology. And so the three things that are really important to me are faith and fitness, and obviously you see family and being passionate. So I just put 3 sentences up here that really describe who I am and kind of who I'm looking to attract. So I'm looking for those people who want the most out of life. I'm looking for those people who are thankful and they want to be kind to one another and share the love. And I'm looking for people who maybe they have given up on themselves, and just seeing that one little phrase is going to spark something inside of them. So everything on my cover page represents who I am, okay? Now, normally, I don't know if they've changed something, but normally when you hover, do you guys see my hand here? Normally when you hover, like you just let it sit there, the description about me shows up. So I don't know if they've changed something or not, but this is something that you should do once you set up your like page, is set up your description. So all I'm going to do is click on that cover photo, and then, I got to move this over. Then you can see I've written a bio about myself, who I am, what I like, because I'm looking for people, coaches who are like me. I don't want someone who's lazy. I want someone who likes fun things. I like people who, like to do races and things like that. So I put all of that here. I've said what I do as a coach. And then I even decided to include like my woo-foo form. So if people read this and they say, well, maybe I would want to do a challenge with her, they can fill out my questionnaire here. And here's a little link for my new coach application. If for some reason someone said, oh, I'm ready to be a coach. I've not yet had somebody just do this without contacting me and stuff, but I just put it out there to show that I am looking to grow my team. Sometimes, you need to be obvious. If you don't put out there that you're looking to grow your team, people may not know that you are, or that that's a part of what you do. So that's why I put it there. How to connect with me. I even put my office hours here just because I want people to know if they message me on Saturday and Sunday, they may not get a response right away because that's my family time. And then also I wrote how to get notifications so they see my posts more often.
Amy, I have a question. Did you this graph is under your about section, but is it the description of your cover photo?
Here?
Yeah.
So this basically just describes who I am and what I like.
So
I did not describe each of those pictures. Is that what you're asking?
no, my question is, how did you get that whole text box? Is that the description for this big cover photo?
Yes.
Is it what's under your about section?
No, this is, when you click on your cover photo, this shows up. And for you, it would say add a description if you have nothing there yet.
That's what mine says.
Add description. Okay.
Now, past, I've had a little thing that says click here for more info. I don't really have room. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to add that. But that way, when people do come, they could see that and know to click on that. Because if you don't know to click on it, you might never, ever see that portion. So that is something that if you haven't done it, I would highly recommend that you do it. Okay. something before I move on to something else? Nope. All right. Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I need to make my cover photos crisper and clear. I know that's something like that I need to do because I just did it once and didn't do it well.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you use, the canva.com, or what did you use?
I did use canva.com.
Okay.
So they have background that you can choose from. You notice these have little gray rings around them. Those are frames. I felt like those made it a little bit more crisp as well instead of just rectangles. And then obviously you can change the fonts and everything, the colors. You can do pretty much everything on Canva that you would need to do for a cover photo. I mean, it's really awesome.
Something that I would mention about for the cover is part of your little square picture where your name is and your description. It's always there and it's always in white. So just make sure that your cover photo that is clear and you don't use like a lighter color background and it kind of blends in.
Mm-hmm. And also be cognizant of the fact that all of this is covered, all of this is covered, and all of this is covered. So you don't want to put words in those spots because that will distract the viewer from seeing any of that.
Also, the picture of you should not be you and your family, you and your dog, you and with your friends. It should just be a headshot close-up of you. And I just listened to Christine and she talked about it again, and saying that when you see that little face, that tiny little thumbnail face on any comments, you don't want to have to wonder who it is. You want to know exactly who it is. And if you click it, you're like, oh, of course.
Exactly. And I just did mine in my bathroom. Nothing fancy, just I held my phone up. I did a revert, in the mirror kind of thing. So it didn't take a lot of time, but you can see my face. All right, some other things to look at over here on the left-hand side. You see about, you see videos, photos. Yours might be different than mine because I have made them in that order because my videos are kind of the things that I want to get out the most. So if you go here to the About section, there's like a little pencil that shows up that says Manage. And when you click on that, you can click on Manage Sections. And here's where it obviously says drag to order. So whatever is the most important to you, if it's your photos, like Diane, you like to take pictures of your food, that would probably want to be one of your biggest ones. And I think that there might be others that I deleted. I can't remember, but these photos, videos, and about were my 3 top things. So that's what I have there. So you can look at that at your own will. All right. And then all I did here was, let me see if I can go back timeline. So all I did here to get to the next part is on your About section, you just click this little sideways arrow. And this is where this is important because you can customize your address. So it's easy to remember and send out to other people. So if you haven't done that, it might say .com/1267889, whatever. I would highly recommend that you edit that and make it your name. And then these are just places where you can put in some things to tell about yourself.
Question. On mine, it says enter in like 3 words that describe your page. I don't see that on yours, and it never lets me enter in those 3 words.
It's not affiliation.
I thought maybe it is affiliation. So that means, but like when I type in words there, it doesn't save it for some reason.
I mean,
So
you have the save.
Okay, I'll try that. We'll see.
Maybe you might need to type something. You need to type something new in order for the save changes to come up. I don't know.
I just tried it, and where's it? So where does it go now? I don't see it anymore. It kind of disappeared.
Are you on your about page?
Yeah, and it was there, and I typed 3 things, and then I hit save changes, and then there's nothing now. It doesn't even say 3 words anywhere. Yeah, where do you have your 3 words?
I have 5 words, so I don't, maybe I don't have that one. Does it say affiliation where you're talking about your 3 words?
No, it's gone now.
Well, I obviously don't have it. Does it say 3 words? What does it say?
Put your 3 words in.
Is that maybe just because of the different types of like pages that you can have? You know how like you can choose community or
Maybe it's because
whatever.
because you have more people on your like page, so you have more that you can fill in. Maybe.
I don't know.
What are you saying, Jenny? No, see, for me it says topics. Choose 3 words to describe your page. And when I click on that, when I go to type the 3 words, the cancel and the save changes boxes are not even like an option to choose. Maybe you're right that you have to have like 1,000 people to do that.
I don't know. I don't even see what you're talking about.
Yeah, yours doesn't have it.
Well, you can fill in what you want to fill in on here. Like, obviously, I'm not going to put my phone number, but website.
But it's not even letting me put words in. That's what I'm saying. I think I have to reach a certain level of friends or something like that to do it, because like I don't have 1,000 friends on here. It's not giving me that option. Diane, do you have 1,000 friends?
Got
Anyway, okay. Lots to fill in.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, that's just there for you to fill in what you need to fill in for now. So you can play around with that. So let me see what else. Okay. This is like the nitty gritty part of the like page. This is something that you really need to familiarize yourself with. I can't say that word. Is the insights. Okay. When you're but like page, you can see what posts are doing well. You can see what time they're doing well. You can see who likes your page. You can see some details about them. So on your insights page.
And how do you get there again?
Just on the top. So here's what my page looks like when I'm just at the home page. Just at the top, go to insights.
Gotcha. Yeah, see how little I look at that.
Okay. Now the one that I love to look at is posts. And if you're new to a like page, this is what I would focus on the most, because it shows your people the computer. Okay. So you can see here, people start waking up at 6, but it keeps going up highly to 9, noon, and then after 9 p.m., my people start dropping off. So what I try to do is like a morning 9 o'clock post. Usually like around, I was doing 12, but for some reason 1 o'clock works better for me, and then like an 8:45 or 9 o'clock post at night. So I tend to post 3 times a day when my people are on the most. Okay. Down here, you can see the posts that you did. You can do the reach that it made and the engagement. Now, if you look up here, it says what kind of reach it is, if they click the post, if they like the post. So like if you look here, this was a video that I put up today, 1.1 thousand or 1,100 people it reached, but this only means that only 159 people clicked it and 5 people liked it. Okay. So this little bar is actually what I look at the most, because it shows how many people it's getting out to. So for example, down here, this was my invite to a challenge group. Well, it reached a lot of people. 8:45 is a good time for me. That's what that tells me. 8:45 is a good time, and it also tells me that a lot of people looked at it. Potentially, the tagline was really good. You can see 277 people read it, 31 people liked it. So I look at those a lot to see, well, what kinds of posts are doing well? Invites are doing well. Articles do well. Videos do well. Now, this is the thing that bothers me. 193 people looked at this one post. Okay. Obviously, that one didn't do very well, but that was one of the posts that I was like the most proud of. So I don't really care. But so you need to look at that number to see if it's doing well, if it's being viewed. If it's not, then maybe either change your timing or maybe consider completely revamping that kind of post. But articles, videos, and invites usually do pretty well because people are looking into those.
I have a question, Amy. So with that reach, does that just mean it just shows up in their news feed?
The reach?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That, yeah, and they're scrolling and they see it. Now, the engagement, the post clicks is obvious, the likes is obvious. So usually, let me go back to my regular page. So it tells you, so if you look here, it says how many people reached, like they are scrolling through. And that number right there says how many people who were scrolling through actually watched the video.
Okay. I'm trying to see where you
So
went.
it reached,
Okay.
this is just my timeline.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Your little cursor was not there.
Sorry. So that the 476 views tells you how many people actually watched it. The 1,117 tells you how many people it got to. Now, this is the thing about Facebook. You need engagement for Facebook to keep putting it out to other people. So probably what I should have done on this particular post is say click like or share it or whatever so that there's more engagement, because clearly there's no engagement on this particular video. So
Even something you could say, that's that crazy move, right? That was
yeah.
like, you know, who would this kick their butt, or like it did mine, or something like that.
Right. So that's something that I will do going forward, is make sure at the end of the post have a question like that or some way to get them engaged, because not only does that obviously engage that particular person, but it will also push the post to more people. It'll have a further reach if you do that. Okay. All right. There's more things that you can look at on the insights, but particularly just the posts is what I like. People was the other one. So the people is the other one that I look at just because I want to know who exactly likes my page, who am I trying to reach. So you can see the majority of the people are women, 99% versus only 1% men, which is actually something that I have done on purpose. I really want to work with women. And when I boost my posts, which I'm going to talk about in just a little bit, I actually target specific people. So I target this age range, but this tells me that I am reaching my target audience, who I really want to connect with. So that's that. All right. Questions before we move on to boosts? Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what's happening here. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you boost some posts. And what that means is basically you are paying for it to show up on specific people's news feeds, people that you're targeting, that you want to be a part of your page, that you would love to have on your team. It's a way to target those people specifically. Now, for me, I have boosted my workout videos, which have done, they've done the best. I've also boosted a few food things. I've boosted some invites to my challenge groups, which do pretty well boosted as well. And I've done a few things dealing with my faith, but those don't go over as well. So let me show you, for example, I'm going to show you how you can do this. So I'm going to just go ahead and pretend like I'm going to boost this. Okay, I'm not really going to do it, but I'm going to walk you through how to do it. All you got to do is click on Boost Post. And this is the most important thing when you're talking about, when you're trying to figure out who you want to see this post. Don't just leave it at the default audience. I would not do people who like your page, because what's the point of that? I wouldn't even do that one. I would always do this third one, people you choose through targeting. Okay.
Are you not choosing the first two because they're already liking your page and have a chance of seeing it anyway, right?
Exactly.
Trying to find new people.
Right. So you can do this drop-down menu of default audience, and you can see that I already have a few that I've tried. But if it's your first time, you just click on Edit Audience. And so at the very top, you say, well, what do you want to name this? So you could find them again. You could find this target audience again if you wanted to boost a different post to that target audience.
Like,
so I'm just going to say
workoutaholics, right?
Yeah. Okay. Countries, United States. You could probably add Canada, but I don't tend to. And this is the thing about the age. I have done like 18 to 75, and it does not work. You actually want to shrink your window to get your number higher. I don't understand how that works, but you should always keep your numbers smaller to reach more people. So I generally do between 30. I don't usually go over 48. Sometimes I do only even to 44. But again, keep it small. I do only women. I'm fine to help men, but obviously we're women. We connect with women. And then this is the part where you can add whatever you want, who you want to reach. So I want to reach moms. I also put in some faith words in there. I'm looking for people who maybe have tried Weight Watchers. They're interested in nutrition, physical fitness, dieting. So there's tons of words here that's going to help me reach people that I want to reach. Stay-at-home moms. You can just click it in there and it'll show up. Let's do work at home moms. I guess work at home moms isn't in there, but work at home, you could even do that. So if you're looking for someone, who already has an idea of what it's like to work at home, you could put that in there. Okay, then you save it, and it will show up over here. You can see Workoutaholics. You can see all the things that you put in. Then you can have a place where you can put in your budget. It has to be at least $1 for every day. So if you're going to do 7 days, it has to be at least $7. They have some up here that are already pre-put in, but you can always choose your own. I generally do between 10 and 20 and run it for a week. More 10s than 20s, but that's what I do. Now this right here, the estimated people reached, generally you want to have a number that's in between, something like this, over, 1,500 to that. That's a good amount of people to be reaching for $10, 1,500 to 3,900. If it comes up and it's like 700 to 1,200, you need to tweak your target audience. So right now it says 15 to 39. If I go up here and I change it to audience 3, let's just see what happens. My number changed. You see how much it went up? Now it went up to 2,500 and 6,500. I always tweak that number to be the highest I can get it before I click go. So you can always go back in and tweak that before you go.
So you just got it to be a higher number by changing that, and the price was still exactly the same. So that would be better then, right?
Yep. So then here's where you can decide your time. Like I said, I usually do 7, but you can do as long as you want, or you can do as short as you want. If you're doing an invite and you need to have people committed in the next 5 days, you could do it for 3 days. It's completely up to you. So if you do 7 days, it tells you how much you spend each day. And then in the end, you just click boost and it will get reviewed by a team. And if everything looks good, then it will go out to all those people that you just targeted. Generally on a boost, I have words like, please like my page if you like this post, or please share, or please comment, to get people to, I mean, because someone once said, if you don't tell people to do it, they won't do it. So you need to include that, even if it feels weird, do it, because then people will follow through on that action.
Amy, I have a few questions about the boost. Do you find that you try to boost on certain days? Does it matter what time you initially kind of set up the boost?
I've been generally doing mine Wednesday nights when I put out my Wednesday workout, and just boost it for a week until the next one. And then I boosted the next one. And it was a cycle pretty much for 6 months, I guess.
You spent $40 a month then, more or less?
I did. And the reason I could justify that is if I got one challenge pack sale out of that, I already made my money back. And generally I sold more than that. So it more than paid for itself. It's like that phrase, you gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah.
It's kind of that mindset. If you're willing to, use that money from one challenge pack to grow your business, then you're going to keep getting more people, and it's going to be worth it in the long run.
I have another question. Do you ever boost a post that's doing well? Like a post that you wrote and it's getting a lot of attention, so you're like, I'm going to boost it to get more attention, to get more people?
I personally have not done that, because the boosts that I have done have either been a workout video or an invite. And like the ones that do well are like, tell me what you think, kind of, like, do you like this or do you like that? And those tend to do really well. And I don't really feel that gives, that if people were to see that, they'd be like, oh, I want to follow her. So I'm trying to boost posts that would be like, ooh, she's putting out some valuable stuff. Let me like her page. So.
And what's the difference between a boost and an ad? Do you know? Have you ever run an ad?
So I have not personally run an ad. On that, haven't you, Diane?
I have, and I still don't really understand what the difference is. I mean, some of the training that I've done, they've mentioned that people, if you're trying to like sell something, let's say an invite to a challenge or something, people would prefer to see it more in an ad than on their news feed. That's what they kind of said. You may be able to, I think, target even more with an ad. Like you can target to like people that recently moved, or you could target to like, it's not just interest, there's also like behaviors and like income, money, like salary. So I think there's a wider range of who you can target with an ad. I think price-wise is the same. So I was just curious about that. I'll try to find out a little bit more what's the difference.
So that's different than promoting your page, right? You're saying like if you were to do an ad for a challenge group, is that what you mean?
It could be an ad for anything, but like promote your website. Do you ever do that?
So I haven't done that yet. I haven't promoted my page, because it takes your cover photo as the image, and I have way too much text, and I don't really want to change that. So I don't know if people like just change it and then they boost it and then they change it back. I'm not sure about that yet.
So boosted posts, it doesn't matter about a lot of text in the photo?
It does actually. It can only be 20% text to boost it.
I've had a couple returned back to me saying they wouldn't do it, and they were kind of like, one was my 3-day refresh transformation, and they were like, you can't prove your product does that, basically is what it said. I'm like, that can't be boosted? That surprised me.
Yeah, you can't do transformations. Your text can only be 20%. And you can't, like if you're doing a video and you're using music,
yeah,
it can't be like music you would hear on the radio. It needs to be remixes or royalty free. I've used some instrumental type stuff. So it'll get rejected if it's normal music.
I think I did it once where I had the music playing in the background and then recorded the video, and it went through okay with a boost. But I did it once with iMovie with the music through iMovie, and they were like, nah, you're not allowed to use that Girls Want to Have Fun song. I'm like, what? So I played it in the background and then filmed it. It's just kind of like was playing in the background, and I used it that way, and it worked. But it drove me crazy trying to figure that out. I'm like, all right, because you have a lot of music with some of your workout videos.
I do. I actually downloaded a royalty-free disc that had like, I don't know, 50 different songs on it. So I've been using that. I've also used some workout mixes that have no words in them, and those seem to go through fine.
Okay, I have those, so good.
Amy, I have another question about, you said boosted posts that do well, videos, invites to challenge groups, and articles. What do you mean by articles? Blog post? Like,
It can, it can either be like a link to an article. I mean, even like the one that did really well was a link to Shay Stanford's blog that was about why should you really drink Shakeology? I mean, do you really need it? Usually when I like put up like a link to a skinny taste recipe, that gets a lot of views and interest. Actual food, like taking pictures or recipes, those always do really well. And workout videos generally do really well, even though this morning's bombed.
Well, you know why though? Because you didn't put a call to action. So
Right.
That's why looking at the insights is so important, and that's what I'm big missing the.
Exactly. Yeah. So
one other thing I just want to mention about the benefit of having a Facebook like page is that you can schedule your posts.
Good point.
That you don't need an outside service like Hootsuite. You can do it right on Facebook, and they want you to use their own service instead of using, let's say, Hootsuite to post in your like page.
Where is that option? I just heard that today. I finished up the call from Christine Dwyer on the like pages. Where do you schedule them?
All right, look at my screen.
Okay.
Look at my screen, okay? Instead of hitting publish, you click this little arrow, schedule.
Gotcha. Easy enough. Okay.
And you just tell exactly when you want it.
All right.
I do that. I do that most times. I mostly schedule my posts.
And you don't have to pay any extra for that?
Nope.
Well, that's awesome, because a lot of times I'm laying with my husband in bed or with the kids, tucking them in. It's like 8:30, and I'm thinking, oh no, I got to think of my 9 o'clock post, and what am I going to write? It's going to be good. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I could have, at 1 o'clock when the kids are all gone, spend half an hour writing a nice post, good picture, and then putting it for tonight. I just forgot about that.
Yep.
Good to know.
Oh, there's something else I just wanted to share. One thing is that, like, trying to find out who your target audience is, and let's say you have a like page and you have a number of people already liking it. If you go up to the like long search bar on top, you can type in, under search, you'll write pages liked by fan of, and type in your page, and it will
pages liked by what?
Like if you would type in pages liked by Combs Fitness, and it will show you what else your fans are interested in. So it kind of gives you more of an idea of who's being attracted to your page, what their interests are. And you can also, I don't know if you can do it with boosts, but I think you can do it with ads, is you can then target your ads to go on those pages liked by people, by those people. So like you could get your ads or boosts on Skinny Taste pages so that people who like that also can kind of see your stuff. Does that make sense?
Lost me. I tried it. Pages liked by Combs Fitness, and I went there, and what am I looking to see?
So now it shows people that like your page also like all those things listed. And it will even say like the number of people who like your page who also like that.
I must be looking at the wrong thing then. Let me see you do it, Amy.
Instead of your like page.
Say it again.
Be on your profile account.
Oh, not Combs Fitness. So Sandra. Oh, okay. I'm kind of pretending my Sandra page is dead. I'm trying to put it to the grave. Okay.
So repeat what you said. In the search bar, you should
You can type
what?
You can type in pages liked by fans of Coach Amy Jordan, and it will show you kind of who's your target market, so that when you do those ads, you can add maybe some of that stuff in that you've all under interests and stuff. But it kind of can give you more ideas.
I only have 2. Is that like?
Of who your target market niche is.
That's what I have.
I have 2. Community Hospital
No,
North.
I had a long. No, my list went on and on for.
Oh,
like
you
50.
have to click see more at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Duh.
And then, so what do you do with that information?
That's just kind of telling you people who like your page are also spending time on those other pages. So then you can kind of see what posts on those pages are getting engagement to kind of help you with content. And then also, and I don't know if it's ads or boosts, you can target, maybe ads, you can target your ads or boosts to end up on those, like I kind of on the side, on you know how sometimes there's ads on the side?
Mm-hmm.
So you can get, when someone's on Skinny Taste, let's say Andrea's on Skinny Taste, there can be an ad for liking Coach Amy Johnson's page to kind of get in their head and on their page more often.
Check this out.
Target. Target's one of mine.
Me too.
My friends like Target, the store. I was thinking I could use this, but I don't think it will work. I think what you're saying makes more sense. I was thinking as the words to put into the boost targeting things, how she put workoutaholics or work from home moms or that kind of thing. Fitness lovers, foodies, whatever, like some of this, but I don't think that works. I mean, would you put like the color run in that targeting your boosts?
For the audience?
Yeah. Would you put things like races or the color runs or?
If that's what people attract.
Interesting.
And do you find in your boosted posts the amount of text? Because sometimes you write more lengthy posts than others. Do you find ones tend to have shorter text, or does it matter?
I actually think that mine tend to have longer text, making sure to have appropriate spacing. Just like Jenny Swisher was talking about on her video, it's really important to have that spacing so that it's easier to read. For some reason, the ones that have spacing, it's like, okay, I can keep reading, versus the ones that are all one long paragraph. You're like, I don't want to read that.
Right, but then sometimes you have to click see more and they miss seeing whatever that call to action is on the bottom because they didn't expand it.
If they're not willing to click on see more, then I don't know that I want them.
Okay.
But I guess you could put the call to action right after the question at the beginning.
And sometimes when I have sometimes when I've done a lot on a video, right after the title of the video, I'll say, please comment, like, share, tag, etc. Actually, the video. So what you're saying, we're saying the same things. Oh, all right.
All right, lots to think about. Thanks, Amy. I'm going to stop this. Is there anybody else has a question that's on right now? All right, well, I'll stop recording.
Helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Amy.
You're welcome.
Thank you.